Oh boy. It is upon us. Production finally began on the new Flash movie. We've waited so long for this. Let's get into it. Okay, so if some of you have followed me, you know that I've been obsessed with everything DC for as long as I can remember. And, you know, this news that came out, we've been waiting for a while. The new Flash movie is currently, as of yesterday, has begun filming in London after years of delay. So this particular article comes from Movie Web, which is a great resource for all things movies and geek related. Production on the Flash movie has finally begun. The creative team is currently in London, where filming is underway. Ezra Miller, whoever says it that way, along with some DC fans have been waiting years for the standalone movie, including myself. Super excited. According to a Deadline report, after the director Andreas Muschietti, I think is that how you pronounce it? He also did It too, I think. So great director, super excited to see his vision. They have started filming. And if you look on DC's Instagram, they just posted this. Ooh, man, I'm super stoked about this. I cannot wait. Of course, you know, everything that's been going on with the DCEU and Zack Snyder's Justice League. I mean, there's just been so many things that are up in the air right now. So this is kind of, it's exciting, but it's also a little worrisome because they can go a different way with this that could really expand the universe. I don't think they're going to do this way. I really hope so. I'm optimistic that all these hashtags that we're putting out, including myself, restore the Snyderverse. I'm hoping that it'll catch on. HBO Max will do some type of spinoff or something, depending on what this movie does. So if you don't know, you know, rumors have been going around the last couple of years. This is going to be based off the Flashpoint comic. And there's also a really great animated movie you can watch. It's on HBO Max. One of my favorites. DC has some great animated movies, but Flashpoint really sets up a lot of different things. And they have the opportunity here, DC does, to really like unfuck a lot of the stuff that they did. One of them being not giving Zack Snyder his shot at expanding this universe like Marvel has done with the Avengers. So let's get back to the article here. I'll kind of give you my opinion on that. So, of course, pre-production was teased back in February. As for Michael Keaton, which is, you know, one of my favorite Batmans, if not my fave, officially stepped on board the Flash movie. That is also unclear at the moment. You know, about a year ago, we were teased that Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton were going to return as the Dark Knight and reprise both their roles in this multiverse that I'm assuming they're trying to create in this Flash movie. But then Michael Keaton came out, I think it was an interview, I couldn't find it, but it was some type of interview article that came out that he was unclear if he's going to be involved with the production. So I don't know if maybe they're backing out of that idea, or maybe Michael Keaton wants a certain amount of money. I know we've talked before, like I'm a super geek and I really want Michael Keaton not only to be in this Flashpoint, but to set up, just like, spoiler alert, in the Flashpoint animated film that, you know, you end up meeting the Batman Beyond character that we know, and then we could spin that off into a live action movie, and Michael Keaton is the older, wiser Batman that coaches that version of Batman and Batman Beyond. And I think that would be a really radical live action. But I don't know if maybe Michael Keaton, because that would be like a 3 or 4 movie deal. Maybe he just didn't want to do it. But I also heard a rumor that Christian Bale has been talking to DC. So that could be interesting too. Maybe Christian Bale is going to take on that cape, so to speak. So let's get back to this. So the Flash will probably set up DC's new status quo, which will attempt to clean things up and bring projects together. The movie is based on the Flashpoint Paradox comic book. Oh, okay. All right, good. So I guess it is based off that. All right, I probably should have read this article before I recorded this, but which sees Barry Allen travel back in time in an attempt to save his mother, who was murdered when he was a child. And in doing so, the hero finds himself in an alternate reality where things are much darker. Bruce Wayne is dead, and Thomas Wayne has taken on the Batman mantle, while the Amazons and the Atlanteans are engaged in a brutal war against each other. Sounds like a dope-ass movie. In other news involving the Flash movie, cyborg actor Ray Fisher is still holding out hope that he'll reprise his role, because of course he was supposed to come into this movie as well. So there's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts around this. There's even tons of rumors saying that Robert Pattinson's Batman might make an appearance. I don't know, man. Here's what I think. Here's what I think is going to happen. If you were smart, DC, HBO Max, just please do me a kindness, would you? Hear me out. So I think this is a great opportunity for you to set up numerous universes. I talked to Tyrone Magnus a few weeks ago when we were geeking out about Justice League. I'll leave that link in this description as well. We talked a lot about this, and I think it'd just be a great idea to set this up to expand numerous universes. If you want to have the Robert Pattinson Batman, which I think is going to be a great movie. I'm a big Batman junkie. I mean, if you can't tell by my chair, it's a Secret Lab Batman chair. I have Batman stuff all over the wall. I'm Joker almost every year of Halloween. Like, I'm a big Batman fan. There's no such thing as too much Batman. So if there was 17 different versions of Batman, I am all game. But it's very similar to my feelings with what happened with Tim Burton way back in the day. Batman, the original Batman with Michael Keaton, one of the greatest movies of all time, and Batman Returns was fantastic, right? But then, of course, there were some studio issues, just like always with fucking Warner Brothers, where there's studio issues and they can't come to agreement, so they decided to do Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. Now, again, say what you want about those movies. There's some pros, but there's mostly cons. There's a lot of pros, like Jim Carrey was an awesome Riddler. Two-Face was played great by Tommy Lee Jones. But then, you get like the Arnold Schwarzeneggers of the world doing Mr. Freeze. It's like, I know why you did it, studio, but God, that was just awful, right? But this is the problem that I'm talking about that I hope we don't run into with The Flash, which is you need to be careful on what you're planning to do with these. Because if you want to stick with Robert Pattinson, that's great, but just understand that you're not giving everybody their fair share. Meaning, just like you did with Michael Keaton, you decided to continue that universe with, Batman and Robin and Batman Forever. You should have just rebooted it then. You don't need to cast a new Batman in the same universe, right? Does that make sense? So, you look at what Christian Nolan did. There was 3 movies and that was it. And then we went to a different Batman. That's perfect. That's what you want. Christian Bale got his shot and it was gorgeous. Ben Affleck. You hear me talk about it all the time. He has not gotten his shot yet. You look at what Zack Snyder did with Justice League. Oh my God. That cut is unbelievable. I don't even remember what the original one looked like. I'm not even going to call it the original. That 2017 bullshit that Joss Whedon put out, it was garbage. Zack Snyder's Justice League, that's on HBO Max now, that just came out this year, is fantastic. To see, Ben Affleck carry out that role with with Jared Leto as the Joker, which was awesome. He reprised that role in that movie. You got to give these guys their fair shot. Now, going to The Flash, again, this is a great opportunity where you hear these guys talk about it in the article, right? Where they go, specifically, The Flash, it's unclear right now if Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton are set to reprise their role in the film. This is where I have the issue, because this is what you need to do. This is what the fans want. They want Ben Affleck to come back in this movie as one universe, and then you have Michael Keaton, who could branch off and do the Batman Beyond live action movie, which would be fucking awesome, and that's in line with the comics. And then you can also have Robert Pattinson if you want to in Earth 2, which we saw from an article that the new Batman movie is going to be set in Earth 2. So that's a totally different universe as well. So you have the opportunity here to really start over, kind of, meaning get away from what the vision was that you planned on doing and go the separate route with Zack Snyder's universe, doing a solo Batman Ben Affleck movie, and use this movie to kind of branch that off. And then give me like 1 or 2 more Justice Leagues. Let's see how that plays out. Because the ending of that Zack Snyder's Justice League was awesome. And I want to see that come to fruition. It was fantastic. Restore the Snyderverse. But anyway, that's my thoughts, guys. I cannot wait to see how this thing unfolds. Look for tons of more videos I'm going to be putting out as we get more news. I just started doing these little clips here and there. So if you like it, great. Give me a like. Give me a subscribe. You guys know what to do. Appreciate you guys listening. We'll see you next time. Peace.